Good morning, Overtaxed Taxpayer. Morning drive with Joe. Tuesday. What time is it? About 6 o'clock. So I got some interesting news. Yesterday there was a Trump rally here in Tucson. Local news, communist news, KOLD. That's their logo, KOLD. I think it's Channel 4. Irrelevant. I don't watch it. They reported hundreds of people came to Trump's rally here in Tucson. That was at the Tucson International Airport. Unfortunately, they got it way off. There was a bunch of people there that took pictures. It was actually in the thousands. They say up to 5,000 to 6,000 people attended Trump rally here in Tucson, Arizona before he headed over to Prescott. So the local news, again, headlines on television and in the paper was hundreds of 10 Trumps, not President Trump's Make America Great rally. So that was kind of comical. In addition, though, I got to tell you, I'm happy to let you know that some of Biden's supporters showed up. They were segregated, or they segregated themselves. It's not like they were segregated purposefully. They were across the street, all 13 of them. And who knows? I'm not even sure if they were all Trump supporters, but it was funny. We're going to go with 13 Trump supporters, and actually that might, and I'm not trying to be facetious, I'm not trying to be funny, that might have been an over-exaggeration, 13 Trump supporters. Not only were they wearing masks, you have to understand, we're Tucson, Arizona, outside, right? It's not like they're huddled together, wearing masks, face shields, and gloves outside. That's the maniacs these people are. It's funny, if it's such a biohazard, why are there not biohazard waste containers around? They let the people throw this biohazard stuff around anywhere. It's amazing. What else do you need to know? Well, you know that ban on Twitter and Facebook about the Hunter Biden story? Well, it actually worked out in everybody's favor. So it got people curious. So its exposure was doubled to what would have taken place if just Twitter would have just kept their mouth shut, Facebook would have kept their mouth shut, and just posted it. But instead, what they did is ban it, and that in itself drew attention to it. So more people reached out out of inquiry. They were inquisitive, and now the exposure to that story is just double the mass. What else do I think you need to know? So the Hunter Biden story, the person in jail is like, hey, I'm spilling the beans. I'm releasing all these emails, which he did. He's releasing all the emails. He says he has like 1,300 emails of the ongoings of Hunter Biden, and they prove collusion with his own dad, working together in tandem. But he's like, why am I in here and he's out there? He's the real bad guy. So I think he has a grudge to settle, Speaking about Joe Biden, a little more Joe. No, this is not Joe Biden coffee. Trust me. Some Ethiopian beans right there. Speaking of Joe Biden, as you know, he's taken yesterday. He's taken all the way up to the last debate off, and I want to circle back and talk about this last debate, but he's taken the remaining time off, and in my opinion, it's just to recite the answers. Now, if you know, the DNC has decided to basically ask the same questions all over again. You would think they would move to another topic, like foreign affairs, foreign relations and stuff like that. But no, they decided to regurgitate the old topics. And I got to thinking, why? Why? Well, first of all, foreign relations, foreign affairs and whatnot, well, that eventually would lead the subject matter what? To the Ukrainian deals and the Chinese deals that Hunter and Joe got mixed up in. But that's not really the entire reason. The reason is they're regurgitating the questions is because Hunter in the very first debate Joe in the very first debate has already recited these answers. Right? They're just regurgitating the same old questions, and all he has to do is maybe do a little bit more rehearsing on the answers, polish them up a little bit, correct what was wrong, a little tweak here and there, and boom, he's gonna come off smoother. In addition, they're gonna mute mics. How is that a debate when you're not allowed to go back and forth at each other? How bastardized has this debate become? If I'm debating you and our mics are being cut off, think about that. You want to rebuttal and boom, your mic is cut off. I'm sorry, Mr. President, but that wasn't in your 2-minute allotment. On to the next subject now. And he can't go on. Boom, mic is cut. If I would, I'd shout louder than the microphone then. I would make myself heard. I think it's just totally bastardized and it's fraudulent. Back to the debate itself, though. We had the first debate, remember that? The second debate, he decided not to show up. Joe Biden said, I'm not showing up. I don't want to do it. Now, I got to thinking, that was right after, I'll give it to him, that was right after President Donald Trump got the COVID. So I thought to myself, well, maybe this guy is legitimately scared of getting the COVID. But then what does he do? He sends that lady, Guthrie, in his place. You go sit in my place. Not only you take the risk of getting the COVID and you fight for me. What kind of man is that? What, Susanna Guthrie, is that her name, or whatever her name is? She did the second debate, 4 days ago or something like that? A week ago? So imagine that. A man. Yeah, I'm afraid to catch the COVID. You go sit in my seat. Imagine that. But he probably figured Susanna Guthrie. I'm just going to call her Susanna. I don't know her. I think it's Susanna Guthrie. He probably realized she could probably put up a better fight than he could. That's probably what it was. And then he basically backs out in fear of COVID. But regardless of what the reason was, it's just not much of a man. All right, you go fight my battles, or you also catch the corona that I'm afraid of. Either way, you go take my place. Just total cop out, and then all of a sudden now he's back on the third one. I don't understand that. You're backing out the second one, but you're coming back for the third one. But DNC is cutting off all mics and muting all mics in your favor, Joe. It's a real joke. It's a shame of what this has become. It's no longer a debate against Joe Biden. It's a debate against the moderators. It was that town hall. You know what a town hall is, folks? Is when the town. Then they got the name by. You know where they got the name town hall? They would invite citizens, and it would give the opportunity for citizens to speak up and ask questions and personally receive answers. That's what town hall is. That's how it came about. So what do? This Susanna Guthrie, that was supposed to be a town hall. They show up, they got 10 questions in. Susanna hogged up 90% of the, Guthrie hogged up 90% of the town hall with her combative questions. How is that a town hall? He was, if you really watch that, he was debating her. Again, Joe didn't show up. He needed somebody to step in for him. I know I'm repeating myself. He needed somebody to step in that can fight his battles and catch the corona. And she actually did a better job than Joe did. Let's face it. So that's what a town hall is. And who lost out on that evening? It was the citizens, the people. They didn't get to ask but 10 questions amongst all of them. Anyway, folks, take care.